students, welcome back to class. We are doing chapter 5 of Sociology, class 12, and the name of the chapter is Patterns of Social Inequality and Exclusion. In today's session, we will talk about tribal life in India, Adivasis struggle, and major issue concerning Adivasis problems. So let us start with our chapter. First of all, we will talk about who are tribes. India is a meeting pot of various ethnic elements. Many communities living in the forest and hilly area have been left far behind in the evolution of human civilization. The developed group called the tribes, Adivasis, primitive or forest dwellers. However, all of them are now known by a common name, that is the tribes. The British rulers called the people living in the area they explored natives or tribes. The word tribes is generally used for a socially cohesive unit associated with a territory, the member of which regard them as politically autonomous. The Indian tribals, Adivasis, are mostly peace-loving people. They live in a natural environment far from the bustling cities in the scenery and peaceful surroundings. Their life is natural and untouched by the anxiety of modern stressful life. The changes in the British period brought about some changes in their life as well, which had both positive and negative effects. Most of the tribal movements arose out of the negative effects of these changes. So let us talk about the background of tribal movement or Adivasis struggle. The government policies adopted during the British period aimed to keep the Adivasis separate from the Indian population. They called the tribal area prohibited areas, where only the Christian missionaries had access. Yet their policies affected the tribal and they fought against them from time to time. British policies could not cut off the tribal from the outside world for long. And when the outside people enter the tribal area, they try to impose their culture on them. These areas were rich in minerals and the civilized people had a purely financial interest in these regions. By the middle of the 19th century, the assault of outsiders increased on the tribal area. On the other hand, the tribals had to leave their forests out of compulsion and they headed toward gardens, mines and factories. They were harassed as encroachers and persecuted so that they had to migrate in search of wage labor. Consequently, many Adivasi struggles and movements arose during the British era. Major issues concerning Adivasis problem: National Forest Policy versus displacement of Adivasis. In 1947, it was hoped that the government will allow the tribals to re-enter the forest, stay in their natural habitat and graze their cattle. But that did not happen. The forest policy that was made in 1952 did not give any legal rights on the forest to the Adivasi. Also, it did not give them the right on the produce of the jungle. Then come the intensive industrialization in the areas of the Adivasis. The Indian government adopted the policy of large-scale industrialization to increase the capability of mineral resources and electricity production. And these plants were set up mostly in Adivasis areas. Thus, the government acquired land to build dams and dig mines. Millions of Adivasis became homeless in the process and got inappropriate compensation. The recent controversy over the Sardar Sarovar Dam on Narmada River and Polyaram dam on Godavari river is centered around the rehabilitation of Adivasis. The policy of liberalization has further accelerated the speed at which the Adivasis are being displaced. The left government in West Bengal has handed over the land of Nandigram to Tata Group to set up the automobile plant, which will render many Adivasis homeless. Similarly, 1200 acres of fertile land in Noida has been given to Reliance Group, which will hit the poor farmers and Adivasis badly. Both these projects have been strongly opposed, and the fight continued to get back their land. They are getting a hold in political areas. They are organizing themselves to start movements for gaining their rightful place in society. Some of these movements have achieved their goal, like Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh states have been created out of Bihar and Madhya Pradesh. Nagaland and Mizoram have had a long history of struggle of the Santals, Bhils and Gond tribes. The latest is the Naxal revolution, started with the Adivasis of West Bengal. Thus, the Adivasi movement were mainly engineered to win freedom, while the Dalit movements were to get equal right and be free of caste disabilities. Indian government has made various public welfare schemes for the welfare of Adivasis, but they have not come anywhere near achieving their goals. Here is an evaluation of these schemes. Desired success had not been achieved in the field of education, employment and self-employment in tribal areas. There are insufficient facilities available in TPR areas. There are less schools in proportion to the population. Dropouts from school are because of poverty and economic compulsion. The teachers in school in the tribal area are not properly trained. There is an absence of agriculture and agricultural occupation in the school curriculum. In various tribal areas, there is shortage of residential schools considering the demand. Parents of tribal children are unaware of the importance of education. Lack of means of communication, contact ways and transports. However, with the efforts of NGOs and voluntary organizations, positive results are seen in terms of tribal mixing up with the mainstream. The contractor, broker and intermediaries have their selfish interest in implementing the schemes. There are not enough contact roads due to geographical and ecological obstacles, and the development workers cannot establish communication with the tribals. The tribals themselves are not interested in their development and technological advances. That's it with today's session. In tomorrow's class, we will continue this chapter with the topic women and their problem faced by them. Till then, take care. Goodbye.